badly wrong at that end of the ground where the Liverpool supporters are. The game has been stopped, nothing is happening.
It was the day that changed football forever. The 15th of April 1989, and Liverpool was firm favourites in the FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest.
Beardsley, McMahon, Nicol, Barnsley down the wing. It was just an incredible team.
The match was to be played at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, with 54,000 people expected. Forest fans had been given the bigger Kop end, Liverpool the smaller Leppings Lane end. But half an hour before kick-off, a dangerous bottleneck had developed outside the ground.
We got to where it was really kind of congested, down in front of the Leppings Lane turnstiles. There was this build-up and people were pushing to get through these turnstiles, and then there was a kind of feeling of unease.
Once through turnstiles, fans found themselves in a concrete tunnel that led to central pens separated by fencing. Many were unaware of entrances that led to the more empty side pens.
I turned to go out the tunnel. I couldn't move from the neck down. I was completely paralysed. And that was the first sense of horror.
You can look at a crowd and know when something's not right. And I looked there and I thought, this isn't right.
8 minutes before kick-off, an exit gate was opened to relieve pressure. But the tunnel wasn't shut, and a further 2,000 fans headed straight into the already packed central pens.
People panicking, people screaming, because you suddenly got no control.
I've said before, there are too many spectators in the central area, right behind the goal where the Liverpool supporters are. All the players are now going off the field, and it's a very sad start indeed to this semi-final, I'm afraid to say.
A guy came up to me who I knew, and he said, "People are dying."
This can't be happening on a day like this. It's such a lovely day, you know. And then it all just zapped back in. And, you know, then it was become apparent the hell that was going on.
1 minute there was this so-called football match going on, and the next thing there were people laying out and police and crowds, and it was just horrible.
Trevor and Jenny Hicks lost their 2 daughters, Sarah and Vicky. They were just 2 of the 96 people who lost their lives at Hillsborough. As one lay dying on the field, the other in an ambulance, Trevor was forced into a decision no parent would ever want to make.
As we literally stood onto the pitch, the ambulance was full, and I left with this awful dilemma. Do I get back on the ambulance and go with Vicky and leave Sarah alone? Or do I go and look after her on the basis that, you know, Vicky's in the ambulance? And, well, if there's a low point in your life, that's it, I think.
An investigation by the British Home Office blamed failure of police control and the failure to cut off a central pen. From that year on, all fences were taken down. Professional stadiums across Britain became all-seaters. Lives changed forever. Football changed forever.
Football died that day in a certain way. Football as we knew it. You look at the stadium now, which are fantastic, you know, great and all that. But football as we knew in that generation just stopped, and then we've got a different type of football now.
I mean, it's something that everybody wished had never happened. But I think it's also something that nobody should forget.